Yo, 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 good morning. Welcome to our Sippin on 7th Saturday morning broadcast. Finally on a Saturday here. Sorry we missed last week. We had some
technical difficulties
with the camera and the issues and so we didn't end up getting to have one last week. We know how much you guys love this segment where we get a little bit deeper into the issues we don't have time to get into maybe on the regular big screen at your home.
It's
where
not
you play
only
us.
issues. We just might be talking about some of those things today.
Yeah, it's just today. I'm just thinking about today.
It's just normally we just talk about literally whatever. We come up here with zero
Yo,
plan.
Look at this pen. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to be a pen that says lubricants on the pen? I never realized that.
Not
until
this
then.
exact pen, but this like model of pen. I had this in my pocket this past week. And
Mistake.
And then this thing
Mistake.
broke off. And then I sat down and then it went into my leg like that.
It didn't ink
True
you, though?
story.
Bro, I had
no, I
like a
got inked.
suit that was just ink.
I've also had ink before.
Question.
That was one of
Mont
these
Blanc,
things.
overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
You're
But
right.
like, because this fountain pen can do the same exact thing as a Mont Blanc.
Yeah,
and
but-
this is like less than $1.
Mont Blanc is more about the name.
Yeah, it's like Rolex. That's why it's overrated.
Yes, but
Rolex overrated, underrated.
appropriately rated.
Bro, it's a metal watch. What do you mean?
No, because the name, which is overrated for the quality of the product, the name is also something you're paying for. So you also get the reputation that comes with the name. It's just like Ferrari, overrated, underrated. Well, it depends. If you're talking about the dollar value for horsepower, it's ridiculously overrated. But if you're talking about the way people look at you when you have one, it's the most identifiable vehicle in the world. It's the same as a Rolex. So no matter who you are, if you have a Rolex on, people will recognize Rolex before anything else. So you're paying more for the notoriety of the product than you are for the quality of the product.
Exactly.
So
And
people
if
who
you're-
care about that, the appearance of what they look like, it's appropriately rated.
And if you're that person, you stink.
Stooge, sell it.
Like, be unique. Don't just like get a steel watch that it is worth less than like an Omega. And
Look at me,
but
camera.
Because it's Rolex.
I'm gonna tell you something. What a joke! What a joke!
That was so loud in my ears.
Sorry.
My ears physically hurt at the moment. Like they're ringing.
Give him a miracle, God, just Jesus.
Can I
Amen.
tell them what happened?
Yeah.
So we were almost 11 minutes into our Sippin' on 7th, and we were actually lit. It was probably the greatest Sippin' on 7th
Yeah, it was
that
actually
ever has
really
been ever.
fire.
And but my wife had. You can tell him.
Okay. So really, it was my fault for sure. I think it was my fault.
I will second.
There's nothing to
it
think
was-
about. It
it
was
was
your
your
fault.
I thought I pressed the button. Anyways, the video wasn't recording, but we do have the audio. If you guys would be interested to hear that fire segment,
If you like really want it,
If you really
comment
want it,
below.
let us
If you
No.
really want it, we could probably DM you and send you the
No,
audio.
we
Actually,
could put it
as a
podcast
privatized gift from the boat parade, we could give you that super secret sneaky audio, which was lit. We didn't even finish what we were talking about, but you guys will love it. But we're still gonna get lit right now. We have a segment. We're gonna talk about something here.
Last week, Ryan was very happy that we didn't have the video saved from last week.
I was
because-
hoping we could just brush.
No. It
brush
has
it.
to be brought up because it's that wild.
Let me confess my faults to one another that I may be healed. I made a statement that no one heard, but now they're going to hear it. I made a statement. Tony Romo was my favorite quarterback of all time. Now, dang, I didn't even say that in the last one. Here's the deal. That's what I said. Here's the deal. Since then, I've had some time to reflect on myself as a human being. Reflect.
You know, I appreciate how you are because in the moment, I gave you 45 reasons why he stinks as a human.
No, but you could suck it. Tony Romo's the greatest quarterback
And
ever.
then, yeah, that's what you said. And then now over the course of the week, now you've had time to reflect on your faults.
So
and then
me,
now, you know,
since this is the boat parade, we're a family here. If you want to know a little bit about me, I am ridiculous.
yes.
But my learning style is in arguments, debates, and
Also,
conversations. So I do better by creating conflict and then learning from the conflict. So I will say something ridiculous to start an argument to provoke people to hear what they really believe. And because I found a lot of people, especially on both sides politically is where I've learned it the most, but a lot of people believe what they believe by culture, believe what they believe by how they were raised. They don't actually know why they believe what they believe. So the moment you challenge them, you expose them, and then you find out what they really believe and what they know. And so I have a chance to pull knowledge from people when I provoke them. In a society where you can't share your opinions or feelings at all, it's great to say something like Tony Romo's the greatest quarterback ever. And then he's like, what? I prayed Tony Romo would die in kindergarten, or something like that. Which he didn't say that, guy, by the way.
I didn't say that.
Hallelujah.
And he wasn't in the NFL when I was in kindergarten.
When did his first year, 2000?
I'm going to guess 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think it was 2006. But anyway, I made that statement. Ever since then, I had a chance to reflect on my life. I was like this.
I think that
reflection on my life, my friend's a tomato. And then, no,
I think this for real, though. I think that people hear the word argue, and they immediately
fight.
They immediately have a negative connotation towards that word.
Right, which, look, he is going to put the definition of the word argue right here so you can see it.
No, bro, I'm not. I'm not doing all that today.
He's not, but you could look it up.
You can.
Argue.
We have a dictionary right here.
The word pull it out. No,
I don't know. This
Let's do the
dictionary.
college dictionary.
Not the Merriam-Webster's one.
No, well, that is Webster's. That's that's the New World. That says Webster's New World. We don't want the New World.
Look how big this freaking dictionary is.
I mean, it's supposed to have
this
all
is proof
the words.
great things can come in small packages. First one to find argue wins.
I'm at ambulance. I'm at art historical.
I think I'm going the wrong way. I'm at admonition.
Arsenic acid.
Jared's closer.
Argue.
Dang,
Got
bro,
it.
I'm on the page.
Got it. Argue. You ready? Here's the definition. Here you go. Babe's the camera on me.
It's on the both of you.
Okay, that's fine. Merriam-Webster dictionary. You can see right there. This is official. This is like a 1905.
Dang, bro. There's like 85 pronunciations of this joint and all that in here. This is crazy.
Here's the deal. Argue. I'll give 4 definitions.
All right, give it.
This is the first. To give reasons for or against something. It's the first. Number 2, to contend in words. Dispute is the synonym there. Number 3, to debate. Number 4, to persuade by giving reasons. So none of those involve your crazy wacko emotions that you get every time you scream and yell at your spouse. So don't sit there and talk about, I hate arguing because every time I argue with someone, they want to hate, they want to murder me. That's not arguing. Okay? That's fighting. Okay?
Yeah,
that's
people,
not arguing.
People
Them's
hear
fighting words.
argue and then they think fight.
And then they want to fight about whether it's an argument or not. And I'm like, bro, don't be a crackhead. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. I mean, people, they need Jesus. That's the truth. People need
So
Jesus.
it's been interesting because there's so many times where, like, we will argue, not fight, but argue, just to
With
to
passion.
do what you're saying.
Yeah.
And to be able to learn. And but then whenever we do it with somebody new,
They're
they get
shocked.
so confrontational. And
No, they do. And they actually borderline
and get defensive.
get
and-
offended. It's like, don't get offended at me because I'm lit. It's like, bro, because I'll ask you, people are like, yo, I believe this. And I'm like, why? And then I'll make a statement. But instead of being like you, this is what you would do. Say something crazy. You believe something crazy.
The sky's purple.
Okay.
Sometimes it is during sunset.
would-
the sky's pink.
You would
It is
Sometimes.
sometimes. Hey, the sky's green.
Okay, there you go.
You would say, why, dear brother, do you believe the sky is green? What are your reasons? Right?
Is that what I say?
Which is, well, you'd be like, that's interesting. Why? Whatever the case is may be. A lot of people who are professionals at, caring what people think, they are like, why do you feel that way? Tell me about that. That's interesting. What proof do you have of that, right?
Is that what a psychologist is in your mind?
That's
Somebody
first of
who
all, I have
cares what
seen
somebody
so
thinks.
many psychologists don't even play games with me. They're wild. They say, how do you feel about that? They're like-
Psychologists or psychiatrists?
both. They always go back to like your childhood. They're fishing for something. They're like, oh, the sky is green. Tell me what what when I say green, what emotions do you get? Was your father? Did he ever wear a green shirt? Do you have a memory of it? You're like, bro, if you don't get off me, I forgot all that. I don't remember what I had for breakfast, but it was
And if
chips.
it's meat.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
If it was me, I say emotions.
you
There's
s-
two.
you s-
Happy,
you-
sad.
It's true. He's a robot. Here's the deal. He said, yo, the sky's green, right? Most people go, hey, tell me why the sky's green. Now me, I go a different route. I go, yo, the sky doesn't exist. And then the person goes like this. And then they go like this. And then they go, yeah, bro, I don't even believe the sky's green. I was just saying that, whatever. Immediately people want to back down. They don't want to argue. Say the sky doesn't exist. Okay, well, that's actually just as ridiculous a statement as the sky is green. Say, oh, I was talking about, blah, blah, blah. And you actually discover why people believe what they believe after you put them in an uncomfortable position of being ridiculous.
That is you
It's like, yo, there ain't a sky. And matter of fact, if you even ever say there's a sky again, listen, you know what? I identify as no sky in the sky. And
so that's what we did with Tony Romo.
That's what we did with Tony Romo. But here's the deal, though, guys. Even though I may seem stubborn in the moment, I'm like this. You know what, Jerry? You're a freaking joke. You don't know anything about football. And he's like, yo, name 2 players in the whole NFL. And I'm like, and then, but in the moment, I'm still listening. And so when he's giving all these stats, talking about this, Jessica Simpson, blah, 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 I'm starting to make notes.
What a
alcoholic,
stat
bang, bang,
He's
bang.
talking about all these stats. Jessica Simpson.
Now, there was a 594-yard game where we all said, yo, that's the Tony Romo we pretend he's like all the time. But anyway, he starts busting all this stuff out. Pop, 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 pop. 5 o'clock shadow, alcohol. And I'm listening. And then I'm going through memories in my head of all the like scandals and stuff he did and blah, 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 stuff like that. Bang, 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 bang. And then I come to the conclusion about halfway through the conversation, maybe 3/4 of the way through the conversation, dang, he was a bad dude. Say, I don't like Tony Romo. But now I can't go back on my statement until like a week later. There's got to be a buffer. So for a week, I look stupid, but then I learned something. And so that was just a little snippet into the Boat Parade family. This is our family time on the Boat Parade where you learn about us.
There has only been one time ever where in the moment I've gotten you to change your mind, and it was about Tom Brady. I've never argued
During
anything
the
with you, and then you've changed your mind in the moment.
So one of the reasons for that is there's no real argument for anybody being better than Tom Brady in the history of the sport of football at the quarterback position. There's not an argument. Now, I made the strongest argument you could make, which is this Michael Jordan argument, which is 6 for 6, which is 4 for 4 with what's his name?
Joe Montana.
With Joe Montana, went to 4, won 4. And I asked, do you want the guy who wins half the time or wins every time? And then it's the same argument people make with LeBron James. Like, okay, yeah, he won 6, but LeBron James given his team 11 opportunities to win by bringing them almost single-handedly to that position. Now, I can't stand LeBron James. LeBron, if you're watching, anyway. But
if LeBron James, if you're watching, we would like to talk to you.
Yeah, I would like to understand. Really, I want to talk to you about how good Kobe was. That's what I'd love to talk to you about. Anyway, but so we're talking. We're at the table. We were at Sparkman Wharf at that little fried chicken bowling joint, Splitsville, and we were talking about
fried chicken bowling joint.
Yes, and we were talking about who's the greatest quarterback ever. This was right before he had won the Super Bowl again, and we're talking about it, and I'm going through. So, I mean, we're really arguing. I'm pulling up stats. We're going through all this kind of stuff. And as we're going through the argument, I mean, he just chipped away. We probably went through 30 statistics and just pop, pop, pop. I mean, Brady was better in literally every single thing categorically other than win percentage of Super Bowls. I mean, just everything. There wasn't even – I didn't even have a foothold for an argument. Like, normally, if I can get anything, if I can get some sort of point, I'll stand on it. Be like, yeah, but you know what? He did it in a time where football was more difficult. Not true. Football didn't work like that. Technology is way better
to Joe
now.
Montana.
Yeah. So it's like, but I didn't have a single foothold, and I just fell off the cliff. So I just sat there and I said, "You right." And I had to rethink my whole life. It took me a month to recover from that. I said, for a whole month, I was like, "There's no point even trying to argue anything. Tom Brady's the greatest." People be like, "How's your day going?" Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback to ever live.
You were like that for a month, literally.
Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback to ever live. People are like, "How are you doing today?" I'm like, "I'm thinking about Tom Brady, man. He's the greatest quarterback to ever live." I was a stooge and a sellout. Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback to ever live.
You were literally like that for a month.
I had that revelation moment. But here's the deal. The first thing we want to talk about this morning, get things rolling, is Deshaun
We want to talk about this
Watson.
because we didn't get as in-depth when we talked about it earlier. And
this is going to be the PG-13 version of the PG video about Deshaun Watson we made.
How about we do like PG...
14. Television 14, rated R.
PG-12.
Yeah, I was thinking more PG-12. Let's go down.
Bet.
Let's go down instead of up.
Ryan's like, R. It's
I'm like, rated R. Put the pictures up on the thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Deshaun Watson's been in the news a lot lately, if you haven't noticed. If you, like, watch TV or, like, have a phone, you've probably seen the name Deshaun Watson.
Or have friends. You've heard it.
Yes. People have friends. Interesting.
I can count them on one hand because I only have real friends. I don't even.
He played for the Houston Texans. As a quarterback, he played for Clemson before that. Houston Texans. While he was at the Houston Texans, he was getting a lot of like rehab, therapeutic type massages.
Real therapeutic.
And then at these massages, allegedly, and only allegedly because
I'm gonna say what's a stronger word than alleged, but not like 100%. It's like because there's reportedly, then there's supposedly, then there's allegedly, then there's like circumstantially.
indubitably
What a joke. Spell it.
can't.
Don't use it.
If you can't spell it, don't use it.
That's how I hold my guys at work too. They'll say some word and I'll be like, spell it, and they'll be like, I don't know. I'm like, don't use a word you can't spell. You look stupid.
Well, not if they know how to use it properly.
Yeah, but if you can use it properly, you should have looked it up in a dictionary, which means you know how to spell it.
Bro, there's so many
there's-
words
yeah.
that you can't spell.
Name
You
one.
know what? You were just feeling self-conscious
Reconnaissance.
because you didn't know what they meant.
That's a hard one. I'm going to go recon, obviously is the root word, RECON, and then recon sense.
Yeah, good job. Deshaun Watson, when he was getting these therapeutic massages, he was doing some terrible things. There was sexual misconduct. There was sexual assault. Some pretty graphic
Prostitution.
things. Yes, offering of the monies.
which is illegal in Texas.
Most places.
Probably not California. Anyway, yes, he was doing a lot of very bad things to women. Over 30 different sexual misconduct allegations. Some of them would fall in more severe categories as the stories have come out of what some of these women have been through dealing with Deshaun Watson. And we've talked about the fact that, when you get to 30 that have come out, you're looking at 50 plus that have occurred. Now, obviously, he could have tried and kept the same women, but the fact he had...
That is the thing. If it's, like we've talked about Trevor Bauer, if it's one person, that's one thing.
And if it was consensual, he would have had the same massage therapist.
If it's 30, you did that, bro.
Yeah, exactly. This is not a Trevor Bauer situation where you get exonerated in court and then go around saying, I declare my innocence. He made a statement yesterday, and he said, just because I paid those women doesn't mean I'm not innocent.
No, doesn't mean I'm guilty.
Doesn't mean I'm not innocent. Doesn't mean I'm guilty. Same thing. But he made that statement. It's like, bro, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I understand, he could make this the angle of like, yeah, listen, there's a lot of brothers in prison didn't do nothing wrong, and I don't want to be made a victim, whatever. But the thing is, 30 women, you paying them off.
It's crazy the timeline of this, because this is happening while he's in Houston. The Houston Texans organization is doing some things to cover this up and whatnot. In addition to that, like, he had just signed a massive deal, like $230 million, something like that.
With the Texans. This is 2020. He signed a huge deal with the Texans, like $240 million for 8 years or whatever he was going to do.
It had to have been like the beginning of that season. And then like he didn't something happened in the organization. And then he was like, well, I'm not playing. So it's been 19 months since he's played a football game.
My love.
Josie.
Jojo, my daughter.
Is on a vacation far
Nope.
away. She's right there, not on vacation.
Nope, not on vacation. Hi, love. Hi. What are you doing? Like I said, we're a family-friendly show. If you think I want to interrupt you to say hi to my daughter, you're on crack. I'll say hi to my daughter whenever I want. Deshaun Watson is a stooge and a sellout. But here's the thing.
Refused. He's just like, hey, I'm going to stop playing. So he didn't play at all. Something happened in the organization. They said that they were going to stop paying for these massages. I don't know. But he stopped playing. He was like, I'm going to trade. So what the Texans were wanting for Deshaun Watson at this point in time was absolutely ridiculous. People were offering 6 first-round picks and things like that.
They should have taken them joints.
Right. In hindsight, they're like, dang.
Because they got rid of him for, what, $12 and a hacky sack.
And I think
from the Cleveland
retained
Browns.
some of his salary and whatnot now because his stock was high. And
they deserve that, though.
Then all of this came out. Yeah, the Browns make some bad moves.
No, but I'm saying the Texans deserve to pay his contract out anyway because they were paying for these massages. Where were their reparations?
And they were part of the settlement with these women as well.
That's what I'm... So, bro, this situation goes so deep, And then,
So all this happened. He's in Cleveland now. He gets suspended by the judge that's appointed by the NFL to be the judge for cases or whatever, and only gets 6 games. So there was I think if there was not public outcry, I think they would have left it at 6 games.
Yeah, 100%.
But
and then they have the nerve to say the NFL wanted more. The NFL, it was your judge. What do you mean the NFL wanted? Your judge decided on 6 games. We're talking about the NFL wanted more games. The NFL legislated and decided for 6 games. My thing is
so that's where the whole Trevor Bauer thing comes into play.
Bro, what a joke.
You have one guy that's proven innocent on 3 different judicial
Bro,
levels.
What a joke.
Proven innocent. That he did not do.
The term is exonerated. He was exonerated in a court of law at 3 different levels of judicial branch. Here's the deal. The thing is, this guy.
He was suspended for 2 years.
He was suspended for 2 full seasons by the MLB for
being innocent.
For being innocent. They had so
Deshaun
much evidence.
Watson admitted guilt for 30 different women. 6 games? So then there's public outcry. The NFL's kind of forced their hand to then come out and say, oh, well, we want longer. We're going to go for a whole season. Then here's where things really get crazy.
Yeah, but you're talking about even if they suspended him 5 whole seasons without pay, he's a full-fledged criminal.
Before we get into this next part that I know we both want to talk about, I 100% agree with what you just said. Even though I wasn't there, by the actions, you're saying that you did that.
Full-fledged criminal.
What about other people like Josh Gordon, who's lifetime banned from the NFL for smoking weed? What about
Barry Bonds?
Well, no, that's a totally different story. What about the guy from the Falcons that bet $1,000 on his own team to win and is banned for the whole next season? So you're telling me that I can bet $1,000 on me to win, but
not that we're saying that should be okay. We're just saying in perspective.
Why shouldn't that be okay?
Well, I guess it depends on the gambling laws of the state.
If you're sports gambling on you to win, what's wrong?
No, but I'm saying
that's the whole Pete Rose thing. He was betting on himself.
If in the state it's illegal to gamble, you should abide by the laws of the state.
Absolutely.
I'm not here to talk about state legislation. I'm saying if your state doesn't let you gamble and you gamble, it's a crime. There should be a consequence. However, in this particular circumstance, you're talking about, imagine if he wasn't a superstar quarterback. Imagine if he wasn't in the spotlight. If this guy was just a normal guy who had these allegations, he'd see 15 years in prison.
Absolutely.
And his entire life will be thrown down the drain. So what the NFL is saying, and they've said with other quarterbacks that I'm not going to name, they've said with other people over the years, whether it's abusing women, whether it's all kinds of stuff, Ben Ross, whatever.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah, spell that one. Here's the deal.
I can't.
I think it's Roethlisberger. Here's the deal. The NFL is making a statement that as long as you can throw a football, you can abuse women. And the penalty is maybe a season if it's really bad and the public outcry is there. No, but I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean, has there ever been a worse sexual misconduct case in the history of the NFL?
No, because the numbers just add up.
I mean, you're talking about 30 that came out. There's probably 50 or plus women that this has happened to.
There's been some pretty crazy domestic violence things that have happened. But this is sexual assault 30 times.
I hate to say this. I probably shouldn't say this, but
then don't say it.
Out of the 50 women that are involved, there may have been a few cases where the women weren't super clearly opposed. Some women don't think it's that big of a deal.
You don't know that. You're just saying
to rub off a millionaire quarterback. But most of them definitely should be prosecuted court cases with prison time as a consequence. So the fact that prison time is what's deserved and a 11-game suspension and then $5 million fine that goes to charity. Why doesn't it go to the women?
Well, he already settled with the women.
Not for $5 million.
No, but they got what they wanted.
Make sure
they
got what they wanted money-wise. They didn't get what they wanted in the massage room. Here's the deal.
Yes.
$5 million to a charity of whose choice, dude?
I guess it goes to the NFL. That's how fines work.
Yeah, so they misjudge a case. They rejudge a case, give them 5 more games and say, you pay us $5 million to give to some charity. And this guy walks away from massive crime, sexual crime, and will play this season against the Texans.
So then that's where things like that's where if you're conspiracy theorists at all, it's
joke.
like here's the rabbit hole. That now the game that he's coming back is against his former team. So the NFL just spins it as, well, we're going to turn this and we're going to make money off of it then. Because then they're going to push that the whole 2 weeks before.
The two questions are, we know for a fact that Texans fans are going to rip him to pieces.
I'm very excited for that.
Fact. When he gets there in the Texans arena, they're going to be throwing lotion bottles. I said that in the thing. They're going to be every type of joke and insult. Texans do not like sexual stuff.
Now,
Sexual crime.
I don't condone that behavior, but I enjoy watching it.
In this particular, I'm not encouraging you to do that type of behavior. However, we will be thoroughly enjoyable if we get to sit and watch Deshaun Watson get a lotion bottle thrown at his head. Here's the deal. Regardless, Mike, one of the questions that I've thought is, are the Texans players going to really try and hit him in that game? Do they have any personal issues with Deshaun Watson, or are some of those guys still on his side? What is that going to look like playing the Texans?
I don't know, bro. It depends. And, like, I've seen it both ways. I don't know how anybody could try to defend the guy, but people try to defend him. I've seen it in the comments. I've seen videos about it.
Is the offensive line going to defend him? That's really the question. If I'm an O-line player for a crappy team like Cleveland, I'm thinking to myself, dang, I got this guy. Man, if I just let this one dude come through.
That's what I was about to say, though. Like, you can say whatever you want to. This isn't JV football. They're out there looking out
they're looking to win, too.
They're looking out for their own family. They want to get paid so that they can take care of their family.
Family's an interesting word. If my family had sexual misconduct allegations with
family.
The guy the left tackle for the offensive line, he wants to take care of the left tackle's family, not Deshaun Watson's family.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
What family?
His wife, his kids. What do you mean?
Who's Deshaun Watson's family is what I'm saying. What family?
It's going right up there.
No, I understand what you're saying. The left tackle's looking out for himself. He's not looking out for Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Yes.
Y'all didn't catch it.
So what are you asking?
You could watch it again. You could go back and watch it.
You'll have to. I'll listen to it, maybe, and then you can.
Bro, you ain't listening to this joint. You said I had to live through that once. I ain't gonna live through that joint again. So anyway, the whole Deshaun Watson thing's a joke.
We'll see what is wild. What they're doing to try to turn around and make money on it. I mean, that's what they do. They're a business, and they're good at it.
That's why they can allow criminals to get away with crimes punishable by life in prison, and they can legislate criminals.
Life is long.
No, it's not long. Not long. Not at all. Tell it to the 50 women. That's not long at all. That's too short for Deshaun Watson. He should be at the border building the wall.
Then,
here's the thing.
We're not talking about it, but the whole judicial system is pretty jacked up. That you can have a little bit of weed on.
No, he wouldn't get life in prison. But there are people who have had small drug cases, minority communities with small drug cases who've gotten life in prison. So if that's the case, he definitely deserves life in prison. I have no sympathy for these athletes who misuse their fame to abuse women. I don't give a rip. Put him in prison. He's in Texas. I'll leave it at that. It is
wild. Last thing, we're not talking about it, but like people like Tyreek Hill, I feel like they just get swept under the rug.
Yeah.
How are you going to sleep a woman in a hotel on camera?
But it starts in high school. Quarterbacks are treated a certain way. They're cultivated a certain way.
Sometimes.
At my high school, I don't know about other. I can just talk from my experience. Quarterbacks at my high school.
But you can't say one because you saw one.
Well, I saw multiple quarterbacks in my high school, but then also quarterbacks.
Sorry that your high school stunk.
From other schools.
It's kind of like Texas football, especially in our area.
That's true.
Texas.
It's big for us having top 20 high school districts for football in America. It's pretty significant. We also built a $130 million high school football stadium. You can see like 16,000 people. It's like almost the best in the country for high school football. And they have like 13 high schools in that district now. It's a big place. So you got a school with 6,000 kids.
Texas to play in our district.
Like Kyle Porter, who's a running back for the University of Texas. He plays for the Cougars now. But his whole family moved from Louisiana
Houston
to go.
Cougars?
Yeah, Houston Cougars. His whole family moved. University of Houston.
I'm laughing because you said he's the running back for the University of Texas. He plays for the Cougars now.
Well, yeah, because I forgot he played 2 seasons at UT and then went to the Cougars. He may even be done now. But I went to junior high with him and play ball with him
Yeah,
and
you
different
forget how
stuff.
old we are.
Time goes fast.
It goes fast. You don't realize it, and then boom, yeah. But so his whole family moved from Louisiana to go to this one high school specifically.
Yeah.
Because it would get him more scholarship opportunities to play. So at schools like that, I don't know about small time schools or whatever, the quarterbacks are worshipped.
You ever heard of like St. Thomas Aquinas?
No.
It's a football school in Florida. Well, it's a school in Florida, then they play football. But really it's a football school. People move there from all over the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like
at those schools,
I'll fight Florida football over Texas football all day. There's a couple of powerhouse programs in Texas, but from top to bottom, Florida, the speed.
I agree with you. Having lived both places, I do think the way football's looked at is different.
Yeah, it's worshipped more on a high school level. In Florida, it's college football's worshipped.
Right.
Yeah.
So in Texas, high school football, because there's so much
Y'all can't
money,
worship it on the college level because they stink and go 8-4.
They do kind of stink. I mean,
Shut it.
they've had good years. UT's had good years. A&M's had good
When,
years.
2012?
Yeah.
That's a decade ago.
When I make the statement they've had good years, that covers all of history, believe
And
it
then
or
when
not.
before that? All the years. 2005 is when they had Vince Young, maybe?
I don't know.
When they played USC? And that was the last time they won it.
My point is high school is where it's at in Texas. College is where it's at in Florida. So high school football doesn't get the attention in Florida for Floridians that it does in Texas.
But it proves the point that then if the players are coming from the high schools in Florida and then they're better at the college level, who's better in high school?
I would say because more money is put into training and facilities in high school in Texas, it's pretty amazing what these high school football teams in Texas do. Obviously, we don't get to see a lot of those teams play each other. There are years like when Kyle was running back for Katy and they went and won in the state championship by like 60. I would have loved to have seen them play a Florida team. I mean, I think out of their offensive line, like 3 went to Alabama. I mean, they've had years where I don't know if
Probably
That
not
wasn't
3,
even the
maybe
point.
1, and then 1 went somewhere else and 1 went somewhere else.
That wasn't even the point, though. We're not saying
No.
it's better. We're saying that
But so
starting at the high school level,
Yes.
these players are being worshipped.
What
and
I'm
that
saying is
cultivates-
Worshipped, yes.
now he's going to get offended by this,
But
but I don't
that's-
really give a rip what he thinks. I believe that a lot of high school athletes are groomed to be sexual offenders.
Okay, give me some evidence.
The reason that
correlation, not causation.
Well, yeah, correlation, not causation. If you don't know what those words means, it's fine. There's a dictionary right here. My personal opinion is any type of culture. I'm
Specifically,
Are you going to say specifically?
I'm specifically talking about my experience with Texas football in the district that I come from. But I'm sure it applies in some places in Florida and around the country. You can comment if you agree.
Probably not.
But well, yeah, whatever. But any time that there is a guy who's treated differently because of his talent in football, he's allowed to get away with things. That's how it works. That's how whenever somebody is
That's
special,
how you saw it work.
Whenever somebody is special, they are not replaceable and they can't be lost. And so even if, like at Katy High School, there's players that failed classes that their grades were manipulated because they were valuable to the football team. There were vehicles purchased behind the scenes for players to keep them at the high school. All this kind of stuff happened right in front of everybody. But when it's Mr. So-and-so from here and he's the best running back in the country or he's the best quarterback, whatever, all of a sudden nobody cares. So that mentality of I can get away with things. When then you get to college, now you're at these parties and you can get away with a little bit more.
Here's
then you
what I'll
get
say.
pro level, you're in a massage room and you think you can get away with raping and abusing women, and then you're publicly on display that if you're a quarterback in the NFL, you get to abuse women and get away with it with a suspension, no prison time, nothing, there's no legal consequence. I believe that starts at a way earlier time in life. You say, what
Okay,
proof do
so
I
then-
have? If you study any
then
type of
let's-
sexual abuser, courtroom
Let's look at
cases,
Deshaun Watson.
statistically, same thing.
Let's look at Deshaun Watson. Before we get to Deshaun Watson, then, let's talk about how it's just in your school district that you saw this, because I've seen the opposite. I've seen people that were the star player for their team, and they get suspended, or they can't play because their GPA is too low. I've seen people that have become literally homeless because they were the best high school football player at their school, and they weren't given that special treatment. And then because of that, they weren't given the special treatment. Then they weren't able to go on to play college. Now they're homeless.
Right.
And then if you, in the college level, you don't have special preferential treatment. Everybody's on the same level.
Trash.
You get
That's not true.
Disciplined.
Johnny Manziel got to live on like a 20-story Outlook apartment that was
It's
paid
because
for
of who his parents were. It had nothing to do with the school. And because he signed autographs and would take money.
Special treatment by the university.
Disagree. I've heard him talk about it. I've listened to him.
Oh yeah, trust him.
talk about it.
Trust Johnny Manziel, the snake from Texas A&M. Great guy to trust. Whatever he says, that's the truth.
What a
joke.
But it's still the extreme level that you went to. Not everybody. There's a lot of phenomenal integrity college athletes, and that's what leads me to Deshaun Watson. Before this all came out, he was referred to as the Michael Jordan of college football.
Yeah.
He played for a coach that is a professing Christian. He has tattoos on his body that say like Jesus is Lord and all this stuff. Was involved in Bible studies at Clemson. Wasn't allowed to get away with
Christians
things like
rape
that.
a lot of people.
So then, like what you're saying is an argument that's maybe there's if this then that, but it's kind of baseless because you would have to do an actual study of it.
Well, but you may have a lot of experience in high school and college football. I have a lot of experience studying sexual misconduct and percentages. I've taken whole courses on what child molesters look like, for example. And most of the time, child molesters, for example, are people that everyone around them said, there's no way. That guy's the best guy. There's no way he would do something like that.
Yeah,
There's no way. So you can't say, well, I'll tell you beforehand, he was a great guy. That actually is proving my point. My point is that, like, if we actually knew percentage-wise how many of these athletes get away with this kind of stuff behind the scenes, I think the entire world would be shocked.
It would probably be pretty wild.
It'd be wild because it's like 2% maybe of NFL players come out having some sort of like thing that we consider inappropriate or whatever the case may be or whatever. But the number that comes out versus the number that's actually there. Now, there's great guys that play football. They're family people. They love Jesus. They're great guys, whatever. But there's also a lot of athletes that do get away with a lot of things because of who they are. And there are cases where, like you said, there's dudes that end up suspended for life for an ounce of weed caught in the car they hadn't even smoked yet. But there are also people that, Tony Romo is an example of people that because of who they are, they get away with certain types of behavior that would never be permitted
I think that's
anywhere else.
It's because of what's in their bank account more than anything.
Well, yeah, we know even from our life that money is really behind that. If you're valuable money-wise, people will protect you. Even if you did something stupid, I mean, if you can get a Hunter Biden, we'll leave it at that.
And that's Deshaun Watson. It's, hey, he's the quarterback in the NFL. We need him to be the moneymaker.
And so they're going to find a way to make money, even as a criminal.
Do you want to talk about fishing, or do you want to go right into?
Yeah, well, I just want to. If you've made it through this far, I mean, geez, the commitment level to the boat parade is huge. So I just want to give a shout out. We had an amazing fishing charter that we went on about 80 miles west of St. Petersburg.
We were out there, boy.
We were way out there. It was almost a 2.5-hour journey out and back. We caught over 30 fish. We caught massive American red snapper, over 20-pound American red snapper. Hooked a 7-foot sandbar shark and had a red snapper that was probably 20, 24, 23 pounds. That it was half bitten off by the time we got it up because the shark took him. We caught some big gag grouper, 30-something pound gag grouper, and some big old boys. And even caught what was that one?
The one that you got?
That Mike caught that we had to throw back because they're not in season. It was huge. It's a big boy. Anyway. Caught a lot of really cool stuff. Amberjack. He caught a nasty amberjack. That thing was beautiful. So we, here on the boat parade, we're not just about sports. We're about all things Tampa Bay. And fishing is a part of Florida, if you didn't know that.
Sport, yes or no?
Yes.
I agree.
What defines a sport? We have to keep it short because you could have a 9-hour podcast on what defines a sport.
I'm thinking about what I can say.
If it's competitive, meaning it involves competition.
Is paintball a sport?
Yes.
What is cheerleading a sport?
Yes.
Is pickleball a sport?
Yes.
What's not a sport? Is chess a sport?
No.
Why? Because it's not physical?
Yeah, so sports, what's the word?
Is NASCAR a sport?
No. What's the word for kinetic?
That's crazy.
Like kinetic. Anyway, I believe sports are competitive and they require like kinetic training, like as far as physical.
You don't think that race car drivers train?
Formula One, yeah,
Left
NASCAR's a little different. NASCAR's
I get left turn.
Left turn.
So
But those dudes, they work out.
I know.
They run on treadmills with the masks on to be able to breathe because they lose like 20 pounds a race.
I don't know if NASCAR drivers do that, but they didn't back in the day. Maybe now that technology has done that. NASCAR drivers used to have 3 beers before a race. But here's the deal. Formula One drivers.
I'm not saying Rusty Wallace was a physical specimen.
Like Formula One drivers and jockeys are 2 things that you say, well, is it a sport? I think it's similar. Your body plays a role, but it's more
for sure.
it's more coping with something than it is your body's not doing what's winning. You're just a part of something else that's winning, and you're controlling it or running it or whatever. So it's a technicality. I don't know if I'd say any automobile racing is a sport, even though it does require a lot of physical stuff. So does hot dog eating.
What about shooting?
So I personally don't think shooting is a sport.
What about biathlon?
That is a sport. It's in the Olympics.
What's a biathlon?
A biathlon's where they
Biathlon is
run
where
and
you,
shoot.
like,
They ski and shoot.
Ski like kilometers upon kilometers and then come around and then you
Like
have to
flat
shoot like
ski.
5 targets.
Like flat ski.
Skiing is definitely
Yeah, they're like
a
using their
physical
bodies.
competition.
Yeah, so anytime you add something that's why chess, you sit there, it's a mental thing.
What if we invented a new sport with chess where you had to like
Run.
do like a round of MMA and then come and play chess?
Gee, that'd be like the new Olympics. Yo, we saw
I didn't know
tag.
that.
Is tag a sport? I mean, sheesh.
I mean,
obviously
yeah.
it is. They
Hey,
made
that
it
tag,
a sport.
that was a
Competitive
sport.
tag. If you haven't seen that, go YouTube it. It's
My
kinda
point
crazy.
is, fishing is a sport, and it's
cornhole.
Florida. Florida's the biggest fishing state in
It's
America.
cornhole.
It's a
sport.
tailgating game.
Other than Alaska, Florida has the longest coastline of any state in America. A lot of fishing takes place here. We had a great charter. Did
Did you know that in Florida, the fishing industry is double what the citrus industry is?
That's actually kind of surprising.
I also like just saw it as a factoid and don't have any evidence to back it up.
I mean, nowadays we all learn from Instagram. But anyway, if you need a fishing charter, shoot us a message. We have a great guy out of St. Petersburg who got us right on the snapper. Now, the season's obviously closed now. There will be a fall season for amberjack. And we are maybe going to post a video about it.
Literally, we pulled up on the spot, and he was like, hey, we're not even really fishing yet. We're just kind of testing out where the tide's going so we know where to drop the lines at and whatnot.
And he
So
catches the first
I was
fish.
like, all right, and just dropped down something. Literally 30 seconds later, boom.
Pulls up like a 22-pound American red snapper, and we're all like, and the guide Mark was like, put another line down.
It's
you
gonna
know?
be a
So
good day.
we caught a bunch, probably 5 or 6 there, and then moved on, and maybe more than that. But anyway, send us a message if you need a charter. So we're gonna get into, after all that wild discussion, we're gonna get into.
That's what we do on a regular basis.
That's what, yeah. In case you want, we love each other very much. We have, after this, we'll be like, dang, you were right. Yeah. I agree. Why'd you say that? You know, whatever we do. If you guys wonder what we do. But we're going to get into your favorite segment here on
Maybe.
the boat parade. If you don't like it, sorry. Grab a piece of paper. Join with us. Match 5. We love this because it's provocative. It gives us an opportunity.
You learn
To
who
have a
you're
lot of
playing
fun.
with as well.
That's right. You guys learned that I am still the greatest Match 5 player to ever play. If you didn't know that.
I won. Did I win? No, you won.
No, I won. I won last time we played. I lost the first time we played, but that was on a technicality.
Technicality.
The technicality
I won.
that you won.
technically lost. All right. My wife has the questions. She will
God, my
read the
coffee
questions.
is leaking all over me. and
Could
I don't
you
wanna get it on my
plug
paper.
that in there, dear?
What?
The iPad?
Are we about to die?
Yeah, it's like low power. Please save me. Help.
It probably just said low power mode.
No. It's over. It's right here, baby. Black cord on the ground. So we're going to get into the segment, Match 5, where we have these
Ryan,
great...
explain match 5.
So Match 5 is a game, and it's lit, and then you write down answers, and we love it. We don't play it according to the rules. But what the deal is, Match 5 has these little cards right here. And normally what we do is you pick 3 from the thing, and you pick the one that you want to use. Now, this question is a question you ask everybody playing the game. And then there's a point system where you write down your 5 answers for this card. They write down their 5 answers for this card. And the goal is to match each other, not to have the right answer technically, but to match each other. And if you match anyone and it's your card, you get a point per person that matches it. So if there's 2 people, I could get 2 points per right answer if they both answer the same as me. If you're not asking the question, you get 1 point for each question that you match the person who has the card.
So there's no right or wrong answers, but you have the best answers.
Like this one says, name the 5 greatest defensive players of all time. If you say anything other than Ray Lewis.
I couldn't even write you one.
You couldn't do one.
No.
Nobody on defense ever in football.
I couldn't name you one football player. Tom Brady.
Who? Ray Lewis, Ed Reed.
Deshaun Watson.
Those would be on my 2. I would go with Derek Brooks just because I love him.
Right, you're missing, what's the guy?
Lawrence Taylor.
That's what I was looking for. Lawrence Taylor was nasty, bro.
And then, like, bro, there's so many guys back in the day, old guys that played, like, defensive line. They just have dumb stats.
Yeah. Well, that's also old football, so stats.
Yeah, they were men back then.
Dang. So then you're saying that
I mean,
the quarterbacks were better back then?
No, but on the defense and offensive line.
Well, yeah, because it was all just smash ball.
So and it was like, oh, you have a concussion? Suck it up and go play.
Yeah, and the helmets, they didn't give a rip.
Broke your arm? Yeah, and they were wearing literally like a bar down the middle of their face.
It's like,
and,
put a Ziploc bag on your head and smash your head into a wall. That was what it was like.
She's standing in her crib screaming.
She's standing?
Standing.
My love. She's standing. She's chilling. All right, we better get this going.
Still standing.
Let's do this. Match 5. First question. Yeah. It's like if I went in there and edited that joint to where it had an echo.
Name 5 cities in Florida that people visit while on vacation. If you don't get this right, is this my question?
Yep.
Okay.
That 5th one's getting me. Let's see this. We'll do
like there's so many answers.
I know. That's why I was going for the
I'm trying to think
one.
Caitlin too. Vacation.
I just picked super randomly.
Yeah, to be honest, mine's pretty random. All right, babe. I'm ready.
Okay. It doesn't say top 5, by the way. It just says name 5 cities.
Okay.
So we're all right.
I am ready.
No, you're only right if you do what I wrote.
That last one, though.
Number 1, Clearwater.
No. That was a good one, though, because people do come there a lot. That's
Number
true.
2, Siesta Key.
No.
Are you kidding me, guys?
I put Sarasota.
Are you kidding me?
Which is like Siesta Key.
No, who goes to Sarasota? Okay.
Pastor
Number
Allen
3,
and Kristen.
Daytona.
Yes.
Nope.
Number 4, Key West.
Yes.
No.
Miami.
Yes.
You didn't put Orlando. It's the largest vacation spot in the entire world for the entire world.
Literally.
Literally, it's the number 1 in the world.
Orlando, 7th busiest airport in the world solely because of tourism.
Wow.
Atlanta's more, right?
All right.
I don't know.
I think Atlanta's the busiest airport in the world. All right. Is this Jared's?
This is Jared's
Gosh.
question. Name 5 kinds of rock. I don't know why that's so funny.
Like, okay, I have to ask a clarifying question.
Nope.
No.
No, you can't.
Name 5 kinds of rock.
Boom! Still the greatest match 5 player to ever live. Y'all are going to find out on this right here that there has never been a more creative, indisposable, direct
Done.
champion at match 5. Wait till you hear this.
I want to
The number 1 answer,
I want to
Tony.
get Caitlin a pair of headphones, so then she has to endure this as well.
Doop.
And then
Are you ready?
Are you good?
Screaming. No, I need one more. Hold on, I need to think like Jared.
I would go with punk.
You little punk.
Punk rock.
Yeah, I got
Number
I got
1
it.
answer.
I got it. I got the joke.
Jared's like, dang, I'll put Ignatius.
I went geology,
I know.
not
Yeah.
music.
So I knew you'd go geology, so I went even. So my first
Wait,
answer.
I haven't even
Oh,
finished
okay,
yet.
okay.
This is a joke.
I'm stuck. Okay, I got one.
My first answer is enroll.
Yeah, I wrote rock and roll as one too. 'cause I
Rock
couldn't.
enroll.
Slate,
That's a color. What are you talking about?
quartz,
Yes.
Jeez.
limestone,
Yes.
marble,
Yes.
granite.
Yes. Jared and I are
Dang.
thinking about countertops.
That's where I went to.
I put igneous, volcanic. I mean, there's a lot of types of rocks.
You're thinking of igneous. Ignatius is a person.
You're right. I even wrote Ignatius. Jeez. If it was igneous, would you give it to me? No, I can't get that joint.
No, because I didn't write
Ignatius.
igneous.
But if you wrote
Yo,
igneous, would you
public
give him
service announcement.
Ignatius?
I am losing this game for sure. There's no question about it.
That's what was gonna be my question. Am I going like sedimentary?
No,
I
that's
didn't
why
know how to
I
ask
didn't
that
want to give
question.
you any.
All right, give me my question.
All right.
See.
This is your question. Name 5 things found on a playground. Go.
I mean, my answers are
Bang.
pretty
All right.
freaking good.
Yeah, mine are
You're
good.
talking about
Swing.
the best answers. Yes.
Swing. Yeah.
Slide.
Yes.
Seesaw.
Yes.
I didn't know what it was called, so I put spinny thing.
Merry-go-round.
That. No, because a merry-go-round is like at the mall. It's that big thing. But yeah, that's
What is this little
that's
thing
what I
called?
mean. The
I
little
think-
spinny
That's
thing.
what I was thinking
I
of.
think that's a merry-go-round.
It's a merry-go-round.
Is that what you put?
No, I did not.
That's a
Okay.
carousel at the mall you're talking
Carousel.
about.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so yeah, merry-go-round. I put spinny thing, but we're gonna count it. And then I put kids.
I put
Dang.
kids.
I put monkey bars.
I put monkey bars too.
Dang, that was a big pointer right there. Jeez, I got
Yeah.
8.
You guys didn't do
I
good for me.
currently
so
have
thanks a lot.
11.
Total.
I have
my total points right now are 11.
I have 9 because I got 0 on that last one because you suck.
All right. 'Cause
Dang,
you
bro,
don't know
chill,
how-
chill with
last
those
one?
eyes, bro.
What last
chill.
one?
The
Hey,
rock one.
What's our time?
Oh.
How far are we at?
It's been 50 minutes.
Okay, we're gonna do one more round,
We'll move
And
fast.
then we'll wrap it up.
but then whoever it is gets the advantage.
Why?
What time do you need to be at the thing?
I mean, I was gonna try and be there by 10.
All right, we have 20 minutes, so you need to be there. So we got to go quick, and then you got to get ready, and then you got to
Not
drive.
ready.
Okay, you got to drive.
Let's do one more question. No double points. Each person gets. That doesn't make any sense.
Why? I don't understand.
Just do one more round.
All right, one more full round. I put 6 cards there. Let's do it.
Name the first 5 names that come to mind when you think overrated female celebrity.
Bro, me and celebrities don't.
Oh wait, this is my question, right?
Dang, these may be a little offensive. It's okay. I know.
I really need you not to talk now, bro, because I have to think for real.
If anyone was wondering, Josie fell asleep.
All right, I'm gonna go pee then while you do that. Since you're gonna take an hour.
I have to think for real, bro.
Are you gonna walk?
Celebrities, not a thing. Don't really care about them at all.
Not Tom Brady. That's the thing.
Well, he's an athlete. It's a little bit different.
Just think of girls.
Thanks.
Because a lot of them are overrated.
Yikes.
Not all of them.
You
Just
said
a lot of them.
a woman just said all women are overrated.
No, I said a lot of them. Not that they're bad. They're just too overrated.
I'm at 3. I can't think of 3 women that I can think of. That's it.
I don't know. Think of shows. Do you watch shows?
I am. No, I don't watch. I don't
Think
watch
of movies.
TV.
Think of, or maybe they're not even in a movie. They're in.
I know, like right now, I know one actress. You know who it is, though.
But she's not overrated.
No, she's not.
Are you done?
No.
No, he's got 3.
Oh my god. Just think of any woman you've ever seen on TV.
That's what I said. He was like, I don't watch TV.
Okay.
Bro, what's the one lady?
Oh my God.
This is embarrassing.
All right, I'm sorry. I can't.
All right, 3. We're going with 3. All right,
This
babe.
is my question.
I'm
Jared's trying to screw
trying.
me. I should give him hints
Like,
for my own sake.
who's the one lady that does the show and she's a lesbian?
What?
Oprah.
No.
Oh.
White lady, short blonde hair.
Oh,
Oh.
Ellen.
Yep.
Neither of us but Ellen. Oprah's a good one though.
That is a good one.
I have Oprah as one.
I didn't put Oprah.
You're trying to match me.
I know, but I put my personal list since I'm probably not gonna match you. But I have some lit ones on here. Y'all gonna agree with me?
I just wrote one down that it's right there. I might not even say that joint.
Oh,
Because it's just what I thought of, but it's true.
I have a worse one. Look.
All right. Well, you have to share your list.
Okay, here we go.
Number 1, Paris Hilton. I'm sorry, Paris.
That's actually one of the most truthful.
That is so
All she's known for is something we won't talk about. Jesus.
Okay. So no one. Okay, great. Kim Kardashian.
Dang!
I'm sorry, Kim.
That's the number one of all time, Kim Kardashian. No, I didn't put that.
I'm not sorry.
She's done a lot, but I think she's
Has
rated
she?
higher.
I mean,
for
she
what
did-
What
she's
has she
done.
done?
She did
She married Kanye and then divorced him. That's all I know. That's all,
All right.
that she did.
No matches. Okay, I wrote this one for you, Ryan. Jennifer Aniston.
I
You
didn't
told me
put
the
it.
other day that
I know
she
she
was
is.
overrated.
She is overrated. She's so
Are you
overrated.
kidding me?
I wanna
I'm gonna
bang
get
my
no
head
points
against the
for my
wall.
question.
Just because you don't know who any of these people are?
I mean, I know who they are now, but like I can't think of them. I don't care about these
All right,
people.
I wrote this one for both of you guys because you talk about her all the time. Jessica Simpson.
Yes, I put Jessica Simpson. That's right. Sorry.
Don't talk about her all the time. I talked about her concerning Tony Romo
I don't
twice
know her relation to Tony Romo.
So she went on a date with Tony Romo.
at the game.
Oh, at his game?
Yep.
Yeah,
How was
it,
that a
it
date?
was like a deal.
Whatever. All
Okay.
right, the last one that I wrote was Beyonce.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Beyonce's so overrated.
I'm not sorry. All those people stink.
Okay, what did you put?
I put Madonna. I put
Okay.
Cher.
Madonna.
Okay.
I put Oprah.
Okay.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Sure.
I'm not gonna say my last one.
I want to know. Okay, you have to show me.
He put Giselle.
I did. It was just
Tom
the
Brady's
only
wife.
one I could think of.
Cher? Are you a joke?
It was just
How overrated in what? In what context?
in the context that I was thinking of.
She's
a
one of the
woman.
greatest singers and performers of all time.
Good for Cher.
And who was your first?
Cher.
No, who was your first?
Madonna. I was thinking of women. I don't know.
I mean, those aren't
Famous
terrible.
women.
I'm glad you didn't put my mother, but other than that, Cher's
They're
pretty bad.
definitely highly rated.
I put Jessica Simpson, Beyonce, Michelle Obama,
Okay.
Shakira, and Rihanna.
But her hips don't lie.
They lied to me.
About what?
We're going to leave it at that.
What is this question stinks. Anything famous people, anything like movie actors.
Yeah.
All right, next.
I'm gonna stink at it.
All right.
This is
Jared's
Jared's.
question. Name 5 words synonymous with idiot.
Oh! Stuck. You're an idiot. You're a shh. You're a
Jeez, this is gonna stink.
I'm done.
All right, these are even worse. I may get
This is-
canceled.
Because it's me, I wrote stooge.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I put stooge and sellout.
I put dummy.
Yeah,
Nope.
me too.
I put moron,
Oh,
Nope.
I think so.
stupid,
Nope.
and unintelligent.
Yeah, but
Oh.
the thing is, if someone is an idiot, you don't say you are an idiot and then say you are a stupid. I mean, you do if you're Italian.
No, you can say you're stupid.
You are a stupid.
You can say you're stupid.
I put fool.
I struggled.
I put fool, buffoon,
Okay.
politician,
Buffoon's a good one. Politician's a good one.
and then NBA star,
Oh my god.
Not bad.
and then
I
stooge
put-
and sellout, which all those
I
things
put
are.
you're a joke.
Joke.
Ah, you're a joke. Let's go.
I put you stink.
This might be the worst game of Match 5 in history. I've had like
This is tough.
2 1-pointers and a no-pointer.
Did you just grab 6 random cards?
No, I looked at them. They were lit.
Bro, you looked at these?
They were on the top because
All
I
right.
saw them last time.
Jesus, this is mine.
Name 5 terms or phrases used to describe someone's butt, other than butt. terms or phrases used to describe someone's butt.
Other than butt.
Right. How would you describe someone's butt?
I don't describe people's butts very often. All right.
Are we describing or are we synonym?
You're describing phrases or words to describe a butt. When you see a butt and you say,
You better not put round. That's a joke.
Whatever.
that
bro.
is.
Jared, just think about my butt and just describe it.
I don't look
just-
at your butt.
What a joke.
Ryan has a great butt.
Who do you think I wear these shorts for?
I'm done.
Whatever. I'm done.
All right, number 1, fat.
No.
P-H-A-T.
Nope.
That's a fat butt.
Nope.
Perky.
Nope.
Thick.
Yes.
No.
C's.
Just
Juicy.
with 2 C's?
Yes.
Yeah, I got juicy.
Girls be having that written on their butt. How can you not put that? And then flat.
Yeah, I put flat.
Yeah, some girls have up. Some
Sorry,
girls
dude.
have
Some
a,
guys have a
if
flat
you had
butt.
a piece of paper and you just held it up there, the top of the butt, lower butt would both touch the paper. I'll put it to you that way.
The juicy on the sweatpants was like peak Victoria's Secret 2012.
Well,
Juicy is not
it's not
Victoria's
Victoria's
Secret.
Is it not?
Secret.
No, Juicy Couture is a totally separate
What am I thinking of?
Juicy. It's a totally separate company.
But what did Victoria's Secret do?
Oh,
they
they
have
have pink.
on the
Pink.
butt.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I put bootylicious.
Ooh, bootylicious.
I put a badonkadonk.
I wrote badonkadonk.
Yo,
and I wrote
badonkadonk.
booty.
But
And then
that's
I
not
put,
a description word.
I was doing
When
synonym.
you say, "Oh, she's got a badonkadonk," you know what that
Describing
means.
means to describe it.
That describes
That
it.
is
You
round
know what
and
Badonkadonk.
name that singer.
Keep him perfect.
Name that singer.
Makes you wanna go long.
You guys are
Love it,
ridiculous.
oh,
Kenny Chesney.
Like Donkey Kong.
He would never do
No,
something
it's
so
what's his
immoral.
face. It's what's his face, isn't it? It's the guy.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
All right. I had 16 total points. I struggled on that second round.
Yeah, I struggle too. All right.
How much
What
did
did you get?
What did you
I
get?
had 16 total points.
I had 18.
Good for you. I'm glad that somebody won. That's all I
It was
care
the
about.
butt question. The butt question got us. We don't describe people's butts very often. Here's the deal. You guys know
We like holiness and righteousness.
we're like, yo, let me describe the Bible. Fat, thick, bootylicious. You know what I'm talking about?
the thin line. It's flat.
You said that flat joint. Half those words would apply. Here's the deal. Thank you guys for joining us. If you've made it this far, drop a comment, shoot us a message. Say, I made it to the end
You deserve something.
of Sippin' on 7th. And we'll probably hook you up with some dope merch that we don't have yet, but we going to get.
Yeah,
Here's
we
the
do.
deal.
We have some stuff.
We do?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
If you stayed to the end of this video and you drop a comment or send us a message, we will send you
The first two people.
bucks. The first 3 people.
Okay.
We will send you a Super Bowl champion hat from the Buccaneers Super Bowl that we have on deck for you. We will mail it to you if you just drop a comment, message us your address. Please don't comment your address. That's
Yeah,
some dumb
bro.
stuff. But we'll ship you a hat. Or drop your P.O. box. Here's the deal. We're lit on the boat parade.
Hey, man, shipping's wild. Remember when we went to FedEx last time?
What was it, like $96?
I spent so much money on shipping.
Okay.
Listen, it's not going to be
Comment
rapid. It's not
and
going to be
cash-
fast.
cash
You gonna-
app us.
You going to get it.
Shipping.
You know, like in school.
You going to get it. Yeah. Cash up us $90 to send you a $10 hat. And it will get there in 3 months by way of Pakistan. Here's the deal.
Send us a pre-filled out stamped envelope and we'll shove it in that joint.
You going to shove it in the envelope? Yeah. You can put a hat in the envelope. The hat gets there unwearable. But you'll have something from the boat parade. Thank you for joining us this morning on Sippin' on 7th. Got more content coming up this week. And we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on the boat parade.
Keep interview.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me tone it down.